Okay everyone, we're back with the Dyson V11 Outsize. Today we're going to be doing a video on things I don't like about this vacuum. Some things that need to be changed, added, or removed in future versions. And why this is hard to recommend to some people and can be recommended to others. So without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the Dyson V11 Outsize is Dyson's top tier vacuum model for their cordless series, because they only make cordless vacuums now. This machine is very, very powerful. It produces over 200 air watts of suction power on max. Of course, you're not going to get very good battery life at that setting. The machine is larger than the other cordless vacuums. See, the bin is large and the cleaner head is large. That's very good, but also causes some problems. The problems are the size and the weight. You can see just how big this cordless vacuum is. It is truly monstrous. I do love the digital display though. It is truly monstrous, as I said. A huge, honking, arm-breakingly heavy cordless vacuum. It's 6 pounds. And it's all in front of the handle. You can see how far your hand is back. All the weight, most of the battery, and all of the weight is in front of your hand. So you can see how it wants to tip forwards like this. The V10 is more balanced than this. This vacuum wants to tip forward, which I don't like. The other thing is that being so big now with the cleaner head, it takes away the light and portable of a cordless vacuum. Though it is very, very powerful, it's more of a cordless upright vacuum than a cordless stick vac, because it's just too huge to be a cordless stick vac anymore. It's like 8.5 pounds with everything, which is almost as much as some light uprights. So it is not a lightweight vacuum. It is very heavy, which I think that for a lot of people and some of the reviews, it's just too big for some people. It's just huge vacuum cleaner. And that is something I have stopped using it as much as I used to, because it is a real arm breaker. Even after getting an extended tube, which I ended up returning because it was broken, it's really hard to push because it's kind of on the short side, in my opinion. Because when you're using it, I'm pushing down like this, and you can see I'm not pushing forward, I'm pushing like this down, so the vacuum is almost impossible to use. That is very hard to push. You can see the dent that the ball is making in the carpet because of how hard this vacuum is to push. It's just too difficult, and my arm actually hurts after using this vacuum for too long. You can see just how big it is by comparing with this tool. You can see the tool is the size of the bin, which is a little excessive. The other thing I don't like is the included tools. For $800 US, there's no stand, there's no flexible ceiling fan tool, and one of the biggest losses is the lack of a soft roller cleaner head. Sure, this comes with gates right here that can be opened up, and I have them at full open. But even then, it's two tiny little holes, and across the whole thing, you have to swivel this side to side in order to get and force this cleaner head to pick up large debris, because it does not come with a soft roller head. In order to get a head like this is just the one from the Samsung, because this is all I have close to me. But the Samsung VS90 Jet comes with this out of the box, which I think it should. Like, vacuums of this price range need to include a soft roller, because there is nothing more effective on hard floors than one of these soft roller cleaner heads. There just isn't. It's just a fact. It also, though it comes with 2 batteries, which is great for this, I'd expect that at this price, you have to find a separate outlet and charge the separate battery separately. It does come with a separate charger, with a separate plug-in charger, but you have to find another spot to store your battery. It's not at home base. Like the LG A9 has its charging stand, The Samsung Jet VS90, Samsung's top model, you can stick an extra battery right there and charge it. Which is, yeah, they really need to improve that and include a charging stand. They need to include a soft roller cleaner head, and they need to make this a lot lighter. Like, to put it in perspective, the Samsung Jet VS90 is a sweet 3 pounds on the hand. Very easy to use. It's also not nearly, it tips forward a little bit, but it's a little bit more balanced, I would say. Though it tips forward a little bit more, or sorry, just a little bit, of course, it's not the arm breaking V11. The V11 feels about twice as heavy. Well, it is twice as heavy. This is about 3 pounds. This is 6. So you're getting a large amount of extra weight. Let me see which vacuum is taller, the Outsize or the Samsung. Give me a second to do this. And they're both the same height. They're both the same height. But again, the Dyson's larger cleaner head means it seals to the floor. The other thing that isn't included is a ceiling fan brush. There's no way to clean your ceiling fans with this. Like, again, with the Samsung Jet. Even their cheaper models, like this VS75, comes with this tool, which is absolutely fabulous. You can see all the way from here, all the way bent, almost a full 180, I'd say like 165, all the way to straight like this. What Dyson really needs to include, which I purchased separately, is a hose, because then you can set the vacuum down like this, and then you can hold it like this in a more comfortable position and then dust. Even though this hose does not accept electric tools. Well, you can put them on there, but they're not going to work. So I think that next year, Dyson needs to be focused on making a machine with really good runtime. Give it a stand, give it a lighter weight, make the cleaner head a normal size, like back down to a 10-inch cleaner head like this one, rather than going for 12. Because that cleaner head is so big, it takes away from the whole idea of being a lightweight cordless vacuum, being able to fit into tight areas, because it's just so heavy. I think that they did great with the removable batteries. They did great with the suction power and the filtration and the little LED screen or LCD screen to see the battery life. But those are cool features. But making the core vacuum cleaner the thing that you're actually going to be using, and the things that really matter, better. They need to make it lighter. It's just too big and too heavy. And that's why I have actually, once I got my VS90, I've been using it more than I've been using the V11. You can see it's pretty clean inside, except for this area that I just vacuumed on camera. I just think that the size and weight of this vacuum is so great that it almost undoes the point of having a lightweight cordless vacuum. And the lack of included accessories makes it also a hard sell, because it comes with this brush. Like it says for stubborn dirt on carpet, well, just use this head or use the main power head. It's scrubbing by hand versus scrubbing with electricity. The powered brush is going to do a better job. This dusting brush is nice, but again, there's no way to make it. It works great on ceiling fans if you buy the ceiling fan adapter, which, again, is an extra. You're already spending $800 on a vacuum, and you can't even get a ceiling fan adapter. And of course, the ones from Uprights won't work, because they use a different system of connecting. I just think that Dyson has some improving to do. This is, don't get me wrong, this is still a really awesome machine. It's just really huge and really bulky. And I just think that they need to make those improvements in order to make a better cell than competitors that, than competitors, as I was going to say, vacuums like the Samsung Jet. Because Samsung has done a very good job with this cordless vacuum. And I like how light and compact it is. Thing in the way. I like how light and compact it is versus the Dyson, and how it still is very powerful. I don't think it's quite as powerful, but it's powerful enough and very lightweight. As I said, this Dyson is very good. It's a great upright replacement. A light cordless vacuum, it is not. The Samsung Jet is a great in-between. Unless you need to completely like get a huge vacuum like this, a huge cordless, get the Dyson V11 torque drive or the Animal, and then their new V11 torque drive and Animals actually have removable batteries, so just pick up an extra battery so you can get the same runtime in a smaller vacuum. They have batteries with this little removable click right here, the lock. So my honest opinion would be to do that rather than buying this, unless you need it, unless you need this huge bulky vacuum. It would be a much better decision to just get the smaller and lighter V11 torque drive rather than going and spending so much money on this vacuum, because it is very heavy and hard to use. I don't use it for dusting. I used to use the V10. Now I just use the Samsung, because the Samsung has really good filtration, and with such a hand ache, holding this trigger for too long is really difficult. The trigger isn't too hard to press in the V10, but it feels like the spring is stronger in this, which makes it a serious hand ache with the weight, plus the vacuum constantly trying to pull down at you. You really have to grip it tight in order to not lose your grip on the trigger. I honestly think that Dyson needs to offer a trigger lock on their cordless vacuums. Optional. On and off for dusting, stay on for carpet and hard floors, like large area cleaning, because that's just, I think that is a better option in my opinion. And I think that these batteries are also kind of on the heavy side and kind of big, because here's a 5 amp hour DeWalt battery from a cordless drill. This battery is 20 volts and this battery is 25 volts, but this one is 91 watt hours. This one is 100 watt hours. I think that this battery feels lighter. It's also got much smaller. Look at the size difference in this battery. Sure, it might stick out a little bit more, but look at how compact it is. It's, I'd say, 50, almost half the length. Almost half the length. And it's a little taller, well, actually, with this peg, it's actually the same height. But really, it would be like right here. It's a touch taller and half the length. But I think that they need to go for this, that you use in power tools. Just pinch myself there, rather than going for such a huge